So I heard you face Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I did face Tim Tebow. I did. He actually he got a hit off me, and then the next time I punched him. So
Punched him out. Like,
him out.
strike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't want to
actually
start
punch
any.
him.
Yeah.
I didn't actually punch him. Rumor had it Urban Meyer was at the game. He had his suite and he was watching. There's a lot of every time he comes up to bat, fans get wild. It was funny to see him in the box and to see him at AAA is pretty cool.
So you're 2 starts in now to being here at AAA. What feels one step away from being in the majors?
That's a good question. I think really just the professionalism of the whole aspect of my environment. The clubhouse to the dugout, just to kind of see how guys go about their routines. The guys are a lot bigger. The crowds are bigger. The stadium's a little bigger. It's cool to be in the city of Columbus. You have the city in the backdrop, and it gives you more of like that feel of, just kind of big time. So it's definitely been a great experience, and so far this league's treated me really well.
Can you smell the major leagues at this point? Can you taste it?
Yeah, it's something I try not to get too ahead of myself with. Like I said, just taking it a day at a time is really what's got me even to this point. So I'm just really focused on doing that and just continuing to, develop personally and physically in this game.
So Deanna Navarro is catching for you today, you said. Who else have you been around? Who has impacted you, kind of taken you under their wing and taught you a little bit?
Yeah, there's about 50 years of big league experience on this team who put guys together who've, all been there. There's been so many guys. Everyone's so helpful. I feel like comfortable approaching a position player or a pitcher. It's cool just to be able to relate with them and just to be down to earth and have real conversations with those guys. It makes you feel like, the experience is real, and it's authentic, man. It's a lot of fun.
Not to knock any other catcher you might have ever played with in your life, but is it different when you throw to a guy who's been a big league receiver?
I'll let you know after the game today. But Navarro actually caught me in spring training, and we had a great go around. You can tell the experience, with pitch calling and the way they move behind the plate, and just their control of the pace of the game. There's been a lot of good catchers I've had the pleasure to be with, and today's just another day, another game, and hopefully it goes well for me.
Tell me about spring training a little bit, because that's where you guys are around, to some degree, everyone. Did you brush up something from Corey Kluber, or what's being in that kind of an environment like at this stage in the game for you?
I actually didn't have the pleasure to be in big league camp invite, but we're all together during spring training, so I'm definitely around those guys and watch them go about their routines and kind of the things that they do to prepare themselves to get ready for the day, and just kind of taking mental notes, really, and kind of stay on my path and not getting in the way of those guys, especially in big league camp. But good friends of mine like Shane Bieber, who's in the rotation now with the Indians.
It's a casual name drop of good friends of mine like Shane Bieber.
Yeah, but it's cool because we came up together, and we actually spent a lot of time the year he was called up to the big leagues, and it's cool to see him doing what he's doing now, and be able to have that relationship to where, if I had questions or just anything, kind of a comfortable person to go to, with the experience he's getting now. And and by the way, that dude's underrated. They don't give him enough credit for how good he really is. So, it's cool to see what he's doing now, though.
What's different? If somebody last saw you pitch in Muncie in 2016, how different is Zach Plesac 2019?
I put on some weight, some good weight, I guess. I think just...
What do you weigh now?
220. Yeah, I think I was about 205 in college, but I think just I have 4 pitches that I feel, greatly confident in. And in college it was more 2 and then had a 3rd, so I definitely progressed and grown as a pitcher. As a player, I had my routine set. In college I was pitching and I was hitting, and it was kind of like a mix of kind of both, and now I've been able to smoothly transition into a pitcher only and kind of find like myself as a pitcher, so it's one of those things I kind of was battling, being just an athlete, just feeling like I wanted to play the game and not just pitch. And so I've just grown, as a pitcher and as a person, just going through certain hard times, like just getting injured and going through the rehab. And, so I think just the years of experience have helped me grow, and then physically I've gotten my routine set every day, just growing.
Your uncle pitched in 62 minor league games before he got the call up to the majors. You're at 48. Can you get there in the next 14 games?
The fact that you know that, this is great. Oh man, I don't know. I think he was brought in as a reliever, so that's a little different. But that's actually a cool statistic. I didn't know that. I guess the goal would be to get there before 62. That's my goal then. All right, so that's actually really cool.